What's up guys, you're new here. So today this is like I think the first video from this channel. So hey guys that are watching this, and I'm not gonna promote this channel. I think I'm just gonna do it like for fun and stuff. For now, let's just stick to the topic. Today we're gonna watch a certain video that honestly caught my eyes because I know about this topic, but thank God someone made a video about it. So basically, we're gonna talk about or watch or and react to the single mother VTuber that overcame everything. This is such a wholesome story. I already know this story, but I'm just gonna watch the video to have more details about all the stuff that happened. And I think I'm even subscribed to like the single mom VTuber. I really like the dynamic between them. I really like the story of it. It's so wholesome. But anyways, link in the description below for the original video. Make sure you watch that first before you watch this reaction to support the original creator of this. And yes, without further ado, let's go into this. Oh yeah, before we get into it, I'm sorry. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and join the Discord server if you want to see more reaction content, and also subscribe to my main channel which I do gaming content there for Zana Zone Zero. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. Poor mom, thank you for sacrificing your dreams so I could pursue mine. Oh my god, that's so wholesome. That's such a wholesome quote. I feel like crying now.
On April 9th, 2025, a JP indie VTuber named Otsuka Ray posts a heartfelt letter to her daughter starting kindergarten.
My daughter Reika will be entering kindergarten this spring. Without everybody's support, I wouldn't have been able to raise her as a single mother.
From these two sentences alone,
Oh my god, that's so wholesome.
I knew I had to tell Ray's story to the Western audience. Inspired,
Yeah, thank you for Yiman for actually like mentioning this VTuber, because I quite followed the story for a while, and thank God, like literally I think this was uploaded 3 weeks ago. Thank God they tackled this topic.
DM'd Ray for an interview to learn more about this.
And I hope Ray
story
have
of being a
like more
single mother in
followers
Japan
just because
and
of
being able to
this
support her only
video.
daughter through her VTuber activities. Ray graciously agreed to answer my questions, so now I will tell her story. This story begins with a Japanese girl falling in love with a particular individual. Sadly, he ended up being a playboy and Ray got dumped. If things couldn't be...
That's such a, I don't say this much, especially on my streams, but it sucks that people like those guys exist because, they just laugh. They don't want anything to do with it. Even though they're the one at fault, most of the fault is from like the one who left, because you left your responsibility, especially for a child. A young like that is literally right here in the world right now. It's such a sad that like literally like the history of this story, but thank God like the uncles or the viewers of Ray or also Otsuka Ray is taking good care of both of them.
Even more intense, she found
anyway,
out
stop. I will stop
pregnant.
yapping.
The day I found out I was unexpectedly pregnant, I felt anxious. My
Yeah,
parents were repeatedly in
I
and
get
out
it.
of the hospital, and I don't have any siblings. I wasn't sure if I could raise a baby properly without anyone to rely on.
She was definitely on the fence about giving birth, and to complicate things, Ray was a physically weak person, so people around her was
Damn.
concerned about whether she could safely give birth. What shifted Ray's mind was her familiar
There's like I know this because I've been having like heard some stories, like if you have like a weak body, especially you becoming a mom and you have like a weak body, there's like it's very hard to give birth. And I mean it's already hard to give birth as an average like female or woman, and now having a weak body is like more stressful. Not thinking about it just makes me like like damn. I don't know the feeling, but like just them explaining it, like making me like feel the pain. Not all the pain, of course, but
duties
somewhat.
to her father and grandmother.
guess.
Both of these family members told Ray personally that they wanted to see the face of her unborn daughter, and
Aw.
these very words influenced this young woman to give birth.
That's actually nice. That's actually nice. They are like very supportive about this.
My father received a terminal prognosis, and my grandmother was already of an old age. I wanted to make them happy while they were still alive. And this feeling also motivated my determination to give birth to Reika-chan.
It was important to mention that Reika's birth itself was a difficult one. Due to Rei's weak physical body, she was actually in critical condition during the child rearing process. It got
Ooh.
so bad at one point, the doctor approached Rei's father and asked him, "Do you want to save Rei or Reika?"
Damn, that's such. You know, if like a doctor tells you that, you know, it's like it's bad. You know, I mean, like not bad. Like it's like a hard decision to make, and I don't even like imagine myself in that position. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. You know.
Thankfully, both did their best to persevere,
Yeah,
and
thank
so
God
Reika
Reika is
safely
here.
came into this world. It was during this time where a president of some agency tried to recruit this new mother to become an idol
Oh.
streamer at their company. Because Rei loved singing and dancing and needed a source of income
Oh
to
wait, idol streamer, not like VTuber yet, just like an idol streamer.
support her newborn,
You know,
she jumped
no
at the
avatar.
opportunity. This is kind of where Rei entered her Oshinoko arc because while she was doing her
Oh.
idol activities, she had to
Oh
keep it
yeah,
a
this is 100% Oshinoko like story, you know.
secret from her fans that Reika exists. Lady Luck was on this new idol side because she was getting more
That's
popular
such a
as an
good
idol
reference
streamer
for this
and was
story.
actually getting a lot of money from fans. But at a certain point, Rei felt a growing burden of lying to her fans. But on a much more important note, there's also the possibility of making Reika feel lonely. This is where she made a complete career shift towards
Oh.
VTubing.
Okay, so this is now like basically she did like an idol streaming, like showing her face, but now it's like VTuber. So he can now do the streaming anywhere, especially at her home, and then she can take care of Reiko-chan, her
But
child.
why VTubing?
Originally, I performed as an idol without concealing my face, but I had an opportunity to perform alongside VTubers at an event.
I feel like this is much safer, especially since you're like an idol. You know, like idols from Japan, like there's a lot of stalkers of like idols in Japan. I don't know if you guys saw some of like the news about it. It's a very scary situation, but idol culture in Japan is like very big and very popular that most people will do it, and especially with this situation, it's so difficult nowadays since like internet and stuff. It's easy to get docs.
Witnessing how much they enjoyed performing and how brightly they shone on stage sparked my interest in this world of VTubing.
I
I was
see.
also deeply moved by the enthusiasm of the fans, which made me think I also want to dive into this world too.
VTubing just made sense in this case because it was the optimal choice of raising Reika as a single mother by being able to work from home while maintaining a certain level of privacy. What made things even more interesting
see,
is that
I
this new
see.
VTuber made the conscious decision of including Reika in
Ah,
her
that's
streams.
so
My
cute.
daughter is still young and in such an irreplaceable stage of childhood, so I would always like to be by her side.
Yep.
As expected, baby Reika would cry for milk every few hours. I don't have anyone close to me whom I can trust Reika to, and I think it's impossible to hide the truth while doing streaming activities alone.
Yep.
One other thing that Ray mentioned was that she fondly looked back on the times her parents had recorded videos of her childhood. In many of the same ways, streaming together with her daughter was a way to preserve her daughter's growth and memories. Well, I'm very happy Reika was
Yeah.
included in her streams because she is so precious.
Yeah, she's so precious. And thank God that, she's not like one of those like content creation family, those family YouTubers where they force their child to make content with them, which is honestly so sad that stuff like that happens, especially in the YouTube space. But thank God that Reiko-chan is like literally not forced. I think from like the clips I saw, Reika-chan doesn't really officially join into the stream. Only sometimes when like Reika-chan wants to be on stream. So basically, you can hear her in the background when her mom is streaming and stuff. Yeah. Basically, that's like the situation.
I mean, look at the time she found out that she was going to Sanrio Boroland.
長すぎる長いサンリオピューロランドご招待券でございます
Oh, is Sanrio like Hello Kitty, right? Damn.
見せたいね
Oh, that's so
サンリオピューロ
cute.
ランドっていうのが
That's
あ
so
るんですよ
cute. Oh my
Personally, my favorite
god.
part of this dynamic is when Reika would jump on for a karaoke stream
Oh,
and sing with
oh
her
yeah.
mother.
This is the not this one, but I saw that one clip where her mom and her daughter is singing together on like a 3D like karaoke. That's so wholesome when I saw it.
ねさごめんなさいはいごめんなさい
Ah, she's so cute.
ごめんごめんなんで今蹴りが入ったのなんで今蹴り最後にしたの
I'm thankful to
Ah,
God
this is
girl
so
isn't my niece
awesome.
because if she asked for pocket money at a family function, I would dead
Oh,
ass Venmo
yeah.
her $500, send her 5.59 Bitcoin, and start a
Same, bro. Same. I feel the same way.
trust fund for her.
I feel the same way.
Rei-san actually shared with me that she plans on releasing an original song with Reika-chan, and it will be a cute children's song.
Oh,
Mama, when that peak drops, you know what I'm blasting
it
when the
out
bros
or
hand me
no?
the aux cord. What's truly amazing is how a medium like VTubing makes content like this accessible and is able to give individuals
such
like
a
Ray
cool
an
way.
opportunity
Even right now, it's such a cool way, like, for me to, like, not worry about my appearance. I can just put on, like, the avatar and, like, do stuff like this. It's a very easy way to do it. Though, of course, like, it's taking so much space on, like, my PC and stuff and my setup. But honestly, it's all worth it in the end. It's such a good way for, like, especially privacy. Like, that's such a, like, that's 100% like a good thing about YouTubing is that, like, it's so private that you don't have to worry about anything, like showing your face, getting docs and stuff. It's such a easy way to be online and do content.
to pursue their dreams, but also have the opportunity of being so involved with raising their children.
I am truly glad from the bottom of my heart that I chose to become a VTuber. My body isn't very strong, so I believe it will be difficult for me to continue as an
Just
idol.
like Iron
get a
Mouse. It
regular
reminds me of
full-time
also
job
with
while raising
Iron
a
Mouse
child
where,
on my
she
own.
got like
I was a
conditions and
victim of
stuff.
stalking during my idol
And like
days.
VTubers
So for
have
the
her a
sake
lot.
of protecting my child's privacy, being a VTuber where I don't have to show myself is the choice that can give me peace of mind. Most importantly, because the VTuber work style exists, I don't have to miss the irreplaceable moments of being with
Yeah.
Reika.
But beyond this miracle story, I also wanted to get Ray's perspective on being a single mother in Japan. It would be an understatement to say that there is a huge negative stigma towards single mothers in this country. Japan is
Yes.
a place that embraces traditional values and has a strong emphasis on family
I
structure.
I always see this like from people that are living in Japan and like talking about it. Japan is like very strict when it comes to culture. And even though it looks like Japan is too advanced, you see like Japan, oh my god, Japan is too advanced. I want to live in Japan because they're too advanced. They got these technologies and stuff. But even if they are advanced, their tradition are still all outdated and not up to like, like the modern times. They still have like the usual stuff, like it needs to be like a traditional, like like there's like taboo and stuff, especially like on like people with tattoos and stuff. They don't like let people go in like a hot spring. I think some let people now with tattoos on hot spring, but late it used to be like very strict and stuff. Even right now they've been like, especially on what happened lately on like streaming and stuff, people streaming on Japan, a lot of like the lawmakers basically did, I think, a law about like streaming where you will like get warnings and stuff when you're streaming on like, basically it's very hard to do content on Japan now. You need some permissions and stuff. From what I know though, that's all I know about it.
Especially having
Watching
a
some
two-parent
informations and
household. A
articles about
single
it.
mother is a complete antithesis of this. So when a normal
I keep
Japanese person
yapping.
initially
I'm
runs into
sorry.
single mothers, they are instantly labeled as irresponsible, failed, or even selfish for raising a child alone.
In Japan, the reality is that being a single mother often
Yep.
doesn't leave a good impression. Oftentimes,
It's always like that on any country. There's always like that second thought when we're talking about this kind of stuff, like, single mothers and stuff. Yeah, it always happens. It always happens.
we find ourselves in a
I hope it
difficult financial
changed though in the
situation,
future,
and
because
it is not uncommon for people to think that poverty
You know.
equals our own fault.
This is a common
it's
belief
such a
held by
bad way
many
to
Japanese people
have that
based on the
mindset.
current standings of this group. According to a scholarly paper, evidence from low-income single mothers in contemporary Japan, 51.4% of single mother households in Japan live below the poverty line, which is one of the highest rates among developed countries. Many people just overlook how hard it is of truly raising a kid alone in Japan.
No matter
Bro, even like, bro, having a relationship is already expensive. But having a child is like 5 times expensive. And honestly, right now, I don't even thinking about like having a child, bro. I don't like even like having girlfriends. Like bro, I don't want to. I just don't want to. I rather have be single and be free and do whatever I want by myself instead of just like being limited by a partner. Even though it's like some people might think it's like a sad thing and like such a bad way to think about it, but honestly, yeah, you're not me, I'm not you, a lot of us are different, so that's all I can say.
How hard we work, we also face prejudice, such as you only care about work and neglect your child, or I don't think you can properly raise your child. The truth is, we work that hard because we care about our
Yeah.
child. However, I feel like it is hard for others to understand that.
It's hard because they don't know you. They're like literally seeing your surface, like your surface of your life. The only thing they can do is like judge, basically, from what they see. It's like they're like doing context clues, but most of it are wrong, basically.
I could definitely feel Ray's frustration of people looking down on single mothers like her who
Yes.
put everything on the line for their children. She shares things like, as a mother, what brings me the most joy is seeing my daughter smile. No matter how tired I am, Reika's adorable smile always heals me. Or observes that children mimic what parents do as they grow up. That's why I have to work hard to be a role model for my daughter. When I
Yeah.
hear these deep, meaningful answers about being a single mother, I can only show my respect for people like Ray. My respect for her only grew further as she gave encouragements to single parents out there diligently raising their children on their own.
You don't have to be perfect, and don't work too hard. The worst thing that can happen is for a parent to fall ill, especially a single parent. I used to keep pushing myself to the limit and ended up falling ill. My viewers scolded me for it, so I've been more mindful of my workload.
What I just
Yeah, it's like such a like I'm a child of a single mother too, so I get that. That's why I feel bad sometimes, like working too much and stuff. It's like it's good for like finance and stuff, but it's bad for like the person who are working. Like, and as a child, like child of a single mother, such a I don't want my mother to be to be ill, to be like have sickness and stuff. Just and also as in like in mother's perspective, I kind of get it too. But sometimes if you get like become ill, it will worry more. It will worry your child more. You will worry about your child more. It's like you need to take care of yourself. Even like people who do not have like child and stuff.
like about Ray's story is that it provides so much hope. She's able to show people that there's always a way, despite your circumstances or the way people label you. For me though, at a certain point, I straight up asked her, how in the world did you persevere through all
Yeah.
these life challenges?
It's such a
For her
hard thing,
specifically, being a single mother is hard enough, but she also had to deal with other life curveballs, like having her father pass away last year, or dealing
Oh.
day to day with her physically weak body. To that
Condolences.
question, she had a short but profound answer.
The more difficult experiences a person has gone through, the more they are able to save someone's soul. The person who never gives up until the end will undoubtedly succeed. These two phrases have always remained in my
Damn.
heart. Since I
Wow.
was young, I have experienced various illnesses and long-term hospitalizations. Even now, I often can't sing well due to my throat and ear illnesses. But I believe that you will eventually be rewarded for pushing through these tough situations.
This has been the story of
Wow.
Otsuka Ray and her inspiring story of being a
That's
single mother
that's such a
VTuber
good
raising
message.
her precious 4-year-old daughter, Reika. If you want to support her in any way, all of her social info will be down below.
Yep.
She has expressed deep interest in interacting with overseas fans, so don't be afraid in showing her some love. I will also be assisting her in this really monumental project that US fans will appreciate, so be on the lookout for that. Now,
Okay, thank you Yiman for this good ass video. Make sure you also guys also go and subscribe to our VTuber oh my god, I'm sorry. Our VTuber single mom Otsukare. So make sure you subscribe to her too. Look at me, I'm gonna subscribe. This is a new channel, okay? That's why I'm not subscribed. But yeah, let's subscribe to Otsukare and support Reiki-chan and her mom. And also support Yiman for this cool ass video. This is such a good video. Big ups for him. Amazing journalism. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Link in the description below again for the original video. Make sure you watch that to support the original creator. And yeah, I'm gonna see you guys later. Bye bye.